Welcome to Ragnarok and Roll, a podcast where legends are forged and the gods shape the fates of mortals. Join us as we set sail into Midgard, a Viking Age setting for the Genesys RPG, where the frozen fjords meet fiery destinies, and prepare for epic battles in Francia, the cunning schemes of warlords, and the ancient mysteries, as our raiders carve their saga into the annals of history. Shields up, warriors, blades at the ready. Let the saga begin.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, assigned to Ragnarok's story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and rpgpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
You shoot the arrow and it whacks him in the shoulder, and he's like, "Mon Dieu!" as he looks at the fletching that just sprouted from his shoulder. He's hurt, but he's wearing armor, so it is but a scratch. It is but a flesh wound. And you guys down below, what orders are you giving your guys there, Commander?
Well, since I hear the bleeding sheep, and then I now see a freaking signal fire.
You see a hint of smoke.
We're charging.
Okay, so
the tower.
Is everybody running for the tower?
Reach the tower.
So feel free to go ahead and roll your vigilances as well.
Vigili.
And we will say at this point, as he's saying, get your ass up there. If you double move, at the end of this turn, you'll be at the crest where you can see the tower in full majesty. And then it's a long distance away after that.
And
we're missing someone and someone else.
Indeed.
And I forget.
We weren't doing this right because we're still up on the hill, right?
Yeah, you guys are fine.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
this is for everyone that was below the hill that sees you guys stand up and shoot arrows, and the sheep going, bah. And now they see this plume of black smoke.
Jork, do you have a shield
Would you
or
like
no?
me to roll
I do.
for you?
So shield wall as we crest the ridge.
All
All
right.
of us using my skill shield wall.
Ha ha ha.
Or my talent.
Doesn't that require everyone else also have the shield wall talent?
No. While
So,
within
Chris,
short distance of one or more allies, your character may perform the shield wall maneuver. Making a shield wall moves you and your allies to engage range with each other. This costs your character 1 strain per ally, giving you and your engaged allies +1 defense per ally currently holding shields, and all allies moving out of the shield have to use a maneuver to move out of the shield wall to disengage. So,
all right.
So, I don't know how many of the other guys have shields that are in our party coming up, but
so one.
I have a shield. Okay, so that's 3.
Okay, so that gives us 1 extra defense.
1 + 1 defense per ally currently holding a shield. So +3 at this point, unless any of the flunkies that are following have shields.
You're pitching your flunkies into battle?
I don't know. I mean,
They're following your lead. So if you tell them to go to battle, they'll gladly go to battle. Almost brazenly, stupidly go to battle.
Yeah. If they're that weak, then we'll leave them at the boat.
Not that they're weak; they're NPCs. You're the rock star.
Yeah, so?
You don't get to minion yourself to victory. Okay.
So yeah, so we
top
have
of the order.
+3 defense for the three of us as we advance
Nice.
on the tower.
As you guys all take shield wall. Okay, so who is going first? Obviously, somebody was in a hurry on your side to kill somebody. Bjork.
Okay, no, our shooters.
So it's now 2 of you guys, NPCs, 1 of you guys, NPCs, and 2 more of you guys.
We made sure you saw where to go. It's all lit up for you. It's ready for you guys.
Yeah, you lit it up so everybody knows exactly where to go.
Yeah. Lovely.
Yep.
That's so helpful.
You're welcome. You're
You
welcome.
guys are great. Yep.
Can't miss it. You're welcome.
So who's going first? Is it one of you guys below the hill doing a double move to get up to the ridge? Is it one of you guys up top with the bows trying to take some more shots?
Yeah, I'll take another shot.
Okay, don't roll yet. It's a long range shot for
With,
3 purple.
True aim and aim.
True aim and aim.
Yep.
Okay,
So that's
so
an upgrade and
a blue.
2 blues.
Did you want to use that upgrade and a blue why would it be 2 blues?
Doesn't True Aim give you an upgrade and a blue?
No, just the
gives you an
upgrade.
upgrade.
Just the upgrade?
Yeah.
Yep.
So you aim, and then True Aim boosts that aim to an upgrade. Would you like to have your spell
No.
upgrade this time?
Benefits for aiming it. No, you get a blue and the upgrade.
Yeah. You have
Yeah.
1 blue and 1 upgrade. Do you want to use that?
Well, no, and then he's aiming a second time.
Are you aiming a second time?
Yeah, and then I'm also aiming.
Okay, so you're taking 2 strain?
Yep.
Okay, did you want that upgrade that Astrid was giving you that I forgot to use, and since they didn't shoot it to you?
Yeah.
So that's going to be 3 blue and 2 upgrades. Are you shooting the wounded one or the healthy one up there?
I'll do the healthy one.
Could do the funniest thing ever right now. Just do another story point. 3 upgrades.
Okay, your dice pool is ready.
Son of a...
Wow.
As
Jeez.
last second you reach your bow up and Astrid gives you Odin's blessing and you fire the arrow and all of a sudden this wind just blows. You practically hear a church not far away, the Latin litany coasting on the wind blows under your arrow, causing it to falter and tumble midair as you have no successes but 2 advantages.
Wow.
I'm just going to say it scares the crap out of them. Give them another black.
Okay. I will gladly
And the next
say
one of
that-
us a blue.
Okay. Next one of you a blue, one of them a black if they do anything up there. As the guy grabs the cross around his neck and prays to the one true God to keep these heathens away. Who's going next?
That's brutal. All those days and nothing.
Yeah, no shit.
I'll go next because I can't be outdone. And he set the bar kind of low, so hopefully.
No, I hit him last. I hit him last round.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. When
Okay.
they lit the thing up. Mm.
Now the question is, from your position at the edge of the hill, do you want to go forward a short distance to cut the distance and make the shot a medium range shot? Or do you want to use your maneuver to aim? Honestly, closing the distance is the best bet.
I'm going to close the distance, yeah.
Okay, so you use your maneuver to head on closer. As you look at your partner, you're just like, dude, this is too far of a shot. I barely even saw those two guys up there. Let's get closer.
I just wink at him and tell him, keep up, and I sprint off.
Okay, so that makes it now just 2 purple and a black dice. Are you going to
Can I spend a story point to help me?
Yes, you can totally spend a story point. And you can also, if you wanted, take 2 strain and take a second maneuver to aim if you want. Or you could run
we'll do that.
further.
Yep, I gotta hit something or I'm gonna look horrible.
Okay, so I've got a blue dice to aim, and are you clicking use story point? This is going to be your first time.
Let me see.
This is the first. Everyone enjoy the first moment.
Yep.
First story point. Okay, it's on your dice pool.
Okay, weapon combo, make sure I got the right one.
Wow.
She also gets blue.
Dice are being brutal.
Oh, yes. I missed the blue dice that was being passed over to you. So at the top of your character sheet, this is a good teaching moment.
Yep.
At the top of your character sheet, see where you see the colored dice and symbols?
Mm-hmm.
So over at the very far left, when you see the light blue box, that's a D6 boost dice. Click the up arrow to make it number 1.
Okay.
Important step is click anywhere in the white part of your character sheet, because if the little index guy is blinking, it will not count what you're doing. And then click the D20 at the top under dice pool. Boom! It still didn't hit.
Still a miss.
It basically, that success negates the 1 extra failure you had. But you have 4
so
advantages.
It's less of a failure.
What would you like to do for those 4 advantages?
Can I give them black dice?
You can give them black dice for shooting at you. There's also a suggestion I would give is, Kevin, did your guy double aimed, right? So you took 2 maneuvers?
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, you can't pass a free maneuver over to you. That would have been nice. So then get your ass up here. So
you want to give to the shield wall.
You want to give them a setback for shooting at you, because I will tell you there is somebody coming up those stairs right now that will have a ranged weapon to shoot at you. So that's
yes.
2
Can we do that? Like I'm small enough they can't really see me well or something.
Okay.
No, they're just getting the shit scared out of them because arrows keep hitting around them.
But
never hitting them exactly.
Well, one hit them.
It's suppressive.
We're trying to make sure we don't kill them all before you get there.
Yeah.
and immediately somebody comes running up the stairs in the tower. As you see a 3rd person join these 2 jamokes with their spears. As he's looking at them, and he calls them both, idiots, and gives them the hand gestures of idiots. And he reaches out with his bow and pulls back the string to shoot at the closest target, as they both point at Astrid, saying, right there.
That one right there, officer.
They're going to totally aid him with a blue. That's what they're totally going to do. And he has no extra maneuver because he had to get his ass up there. And you're giving him a upgrade in difficulty and 2 black dice.
Right.
And this is when you get to experience me stalling for a moment and using lots of words to fill in silence to see if
that means I want to use a story point, right?
Yep.
We only have one
before
left.
I do it. I would totally say 2, but that's just me.
Do you think, guys, should I do it? I don't know.
We can't stop you.
Yeah, do what you feel you should do.
Okay, I'll use a story point.
Okay, so that way he now has 2 upgrades of difficulty, 2 black dice against 2 purple. As he pulls back his bow and he says a momentary prayer that carries on the wind to you. As he says,
break the bow.
"You heathens, let God sort this out." And he lets his bow fly. As apparently I hit dice, and now there's a big, long pause. As his short bow arrow stretches out, and for a moment his eyes look into your eyes, and then all of a sudden you look down and realize there's arrow sticking out of your thigh. It's a pretty arrow. It's a well-crafted arrow. And
Fantastic.
he does 9 points of wounds before your soak.
So you take the soak off of that.
So if you click on your token on the map there, it'll help pop up your info if it makes it easier, or you can do your character sheet.
Okay.
So you ignore whatever your soak is, which is basically numbered based on your brawn and any armor you're wearing.
Okay, and I take 9 points of damage, right?
Minus
so it's
the
9
soak number.
minus your soak.
Oh, okay, so 8.
So 8. 8 wounds. Now
Your armor has no soak?
She's not wearing armor, just her fineries.
Oh.
Y'all gotta get her some armor. And he rolls 2 threat. That's 1 shy of running out of ammo. Would have sucked if he came up with just 1 arrow. So close. Is there any suggestions you have for 2 threats?
I don't know. Like,
You could totally use it to give him 2 black dice on his next shot.
okay, that work. No?
Any suggestions? You can always ask for suggestions.
I thought it was 2 to give a single to a person, but how about he spills his arrows?
Okay, so he'll have to retrieve his ammunition.
Yeah.
Okay, I will totally take that if you want to do that, Astrid.
Okay, sure.
He's like barely wearing any clothing, just his sleeping shirt as these idiots woke him up. And he fired 1 good arrow and got the heathen. And you see his 2 guys with their spears. They are cheering because they gave him the blue dice to point to you to shoot you.
I just smile and act like it doesn't hurt.
It really feels like a team effort on their part.
It does.
Right?
So who's going next? I'm assuming one of you 3 is taking your shield wall steps up the hill.
Don't worry, guys. I've got him distracted.
Sure. Yeah, good. Yeah, so however that would work, moving the shield wall up.
Okay, so we'll say your leader goes up first and the other 2 of you follow up behind. The spearmen seem to duck down behind the palisade and go inside the tower to do something. Because they pretty much, already aided, so they have limited capacity of what they're going to do. But this guy is totally telling them, go lock the fucking door. You just have a feeling he's giving them the command to go lock and barricade the door.
We have our door knocker, so
as
we're
the
good.
first warrior pops up over the ridge, then the second one, and then I'm assuming the third one of you pop over the hill. You clearly see this tower. It's roughly about 20 feet tall, probably 3 stories with spiral staircase, only 2 stories of actual floors, but the staircase goes all the way up to the roof. You see it's got a single large double door that opens up at the bottom, and there's arrow slits in every direction in this thing. Probably just
How did we get out of the boat?
Because the idea was to jump the watchtower before the watchtower sees you.
Yeah, before they set the alarm, so we weren't just sitting out in the water getting obliterated and not be able to do anything.
Yep.
Oh, I'm just bleeding out over here. It's fine. No problem.
But no plan survives first contact with the enemy.
No. No
Okay,
plan
so
survives first contact with ourselves.
It is the top of the
No
order.
plan.
Astrid is at medium range to the tower with an arrow sticking out of her thigh. We've got her partner a little short distance behind with his bow. We've got the 3 warriors cresting the ridge with their shield wall formation, giving them all the defenses. Astrid's really hoping for a shield at this moment. And right before we pick who goes next, I would say let's take a quick break to get drinks because I am out of beverage.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Liquid.
Take a quick 5 minutes. Be right back. And if you guys get back before me, feel free to discuss your tactics.
Because it's going to be so useful.
Hey, it's totally useful.
It's useful
In case I died this game, it was fun playing with you guys.
That's okay. In this system, I shot somebody in the back of the head at point blank range and he lived. So
That doesn't make me feel better if I die.
I mean, it can happen. Especially with arrows. I mean, we have people that have taken a gunshot to the head and survived, so...
I mean, I put the video reaction of getting shot in the thigh into the Skype chat.
I used to be an adventurer until I took a arrow to the knee. Never actually played that game.
You're all good. We'll be fine. I mean, I was hoping for a little more.
You might not be, but
yeah, I was hoping for a little more surprise on the tower, but that's okay. Things happen.
Yeah.
And the dice are being very
accidentally
ugly
bumble
tonight.
into a flock of sheep.
Yeah. Alexa, the dice are being ugly tonight. Go figure.
Yeah.
And then there are nights that we have double triumphs. It's yeah.
Excuse you, I rolled a triple triumph.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, but wasn't there also a despair on that too?
No, there wasn't. It was just straight up 3 triumphs.
Yeah, but that's extremely rare, so yeah.
Extremely rare.
The doubles
aren't
common, but are more common.
Okay, let's see here. What's the chance of a...
I mean,
I took a screenshot of it, and it was the first thing posted in the Genesys channel.
It's like a 1 in almost 2,000 chance.
Yeah. I mean, with the number of dice we're rolling for some of the stuff, the odds against what we're rolling against, the odds are pretty good. They should be successful, but
yeah, we're just rolling horribly.
It's like a 1 in 1,600 chance.
Well, 17, 20, yeah, something like that. Because the yellows are what, 12-sided?
Yep, 1728. 1 in 1728.
Yeah, I said, well, almost 2,000.
Yeah. 8 for the green, 12-sided for the yellows.
6 for the black and blue.
I thought they... Yeah. No, the green are 10-sided, I thought.
No, they're 8.
No, I gotta get my die out.
The number of the number of dice
8
in the pool should be hitting.
Yeah, no, it's
2 purples on average.
There's no excuse for how badly we're rolling.
Yeah, with some of those dice pools, there's no excuse.
Yeah.
Should have missed it. 2 or
Why
3
can't you guys
purples,
just do that?
Yeah, no shit.
But that's the fun part of the game.
No, the fun part of the game is when James tells me how much damage the attack did to me, and I say, so that's less than my soak?
I mean, that's always nice, but yeah.
This is what, session 5 or 6?
Something like that. 5.
I've taken 1 damage through soak in total.
Something like that. Well,
how often do you trip?
I mean,
Well, you have
every
how many
time.
crits? So you've had to have taken at least more than 1 point total.
Yeah, maybe I did get a medicine checked on me.
Yeah. So, 3 to 4 crits. I mean, you had to have taken at least 1 point more than once.
Mm.
And it wasn't from falling down on your butt.
Yep.
I kick the door in and I take a seat.
Mm-hmm.
He's Union, by the way, if you hadn't guessed.
Yeah.
Okay, I overexerted. I need a Union break.
This isn't my job, so I'm going to sit here until whoever's job it is shows up to do it.
God.
Oh, no,
I'm
no.
so happy
Door
I don't have to
breaching
deal
is
with that
definitely
shit
your
here.
job.
I actually got in a fight with the Union once because my job was to basically find all the rocks that needed to be removed from the from a pad, and they were arguing about, oh, that rock isn't big enough, blah blah. I'm like, dude, just pick it up. And I'm like, this is how you do it. So I took the guy's screwdriver, popped it out. I was taking work away from a laborer.
Well, yeah.
And then so then I mean, it would take me 20 minutes to go through this 200 foot by 200 foot area, and it would take them 8 hours to clean out the 30 or 40 rocks that I marked out. Because they would sit there and literally argue whose turn it was to take the rock out, and that for 5 minutes, and then they would spend 10 minutes arguing about whether or not the rock was big enough to take out, even though I marked it. So yeah, that was fun. And then one day they're sitting there arguing because it was basically just like this little peak sticking out of the ground. I mean, keep in mind a 10-ton, piece of equipment, with a blade on it went over, and the rock is still sitting there, sticking a quarter of an inch out of the ground. Yeah, so it took them 2 hours to remove a 50-pound rock. But yeah, they actually pulled me over there to argue about the rock that I'm like, no, just take it out. I marked it, take it out. So you're going to play these stupid games. You're going to take the, I mean, yeah. So because all they had was screwdrivers. So they're sitting there with these 2 screwdrivers, trying to dig this 50-pound rock out of the ground.
The battle was lost for want of a freaking forklift.
Well, they didn't have a forklift
or a proper.
And they were too lazy to go get a shovel because they were going to try to milk it as long as they could. But yeah, that was in St. Louis. I mean, this was also the time where the operators and the Teamsters were arguing about who should be driving the big earth movers. It's like, well, we're just hauling stuff. It's like, yeah, but it's off road. So it's an operator's job.
Which organization gets the money?
Yeah, it's not a CDL. Trust me, it's a 40-ton vehicle that moves 20 tons of material. It's not a CDL.
So is everyone back?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I am back, and I have booze in my drink.
Booze?
Booze.
My drink.
Yeah, I was thinking about making myself a tequila with mango juice, but Joseph knows how dangerous those can be.
Mm-hmm.
Too late now. Everybody's back.
How many of those did you drink? It was 3 years ago, so if you don't remember, it's okay. But...
Mango and tango. So, Chris, are you back?
I am, yes.
Hooray.
Okay, perfect. We are all back. So,
there was much rejoicing.
Top of the order, one of your members is at medium range to the tower. The two guys on top of the tower have disappeared into the tower. There's a semi-competent, almost shirtless, flapping in the wind, showing his chest muscles, archer on the rooftop now. You guys have crested the ridge with your shield wall at long range from the tower base. What are you guys gonna do? And then there was much silence.
Keep shooting.
I will move forward and true aim and shoot.
Okay, so you're gonna take 2 strains, so you get the medium distance.
Yeah.
That is a good combination.
And since I'm not ancient, I still have 6 strain left.
Let's see what we can do about that.
All right.
Okay, so I've got a blue and an upgrade. I totally flipped a story point.
Of course you did.
And you're now at medium range.
Yep.
Your dice pool is ready. Holy shit! As apparently he is distracted trying to pick up arrows, as your arrow flies quite nicely true. Now the question is, and that's 11 damage, right?
Yeah.
So I can tell you that is enough that your arrow will strike true and kill this guy. What
and
do you
he
want
falls
for
down the ladder
try?
and takes everybody out below him.
And poops himself.
And shits himself in the process.
Okay, so for the triumph, his body gets shot off the top of the tower, finds the stairwell that's going down below where these other 2 guys are running to go do something. Totally bar the door. And his body is thumping down the spiral staircase to do something to them down below, off camera.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Catch them in the back. Oh, shit. Nice triumph.
It's a good time for a triumph.
Yeah. It's probably the only one I'm getting tonight, but, you know.
That's right. Made it count.
Yep. Okay, let's see you try that, newbie.
As he catches up to you, Astrid, and just takes down the shirtless archer.
Oh, damn, I should have had him, knock over the bonfire. Damn it.
It's too late.
Yeah.
He fell on it and put it out. He snuffed it.
That totally could have been a thing, too. I was waiting for that. But instead, it's interfering with the 2 guys going to run and close the door.
But we know my track record with fire, so. Oh.
Yeah, but there's no way this one can get out of control. It's contained.
It's a stone building.
No,
What's the
my
worst that
luck, it
happens?
would knock over and light the tower on fire.
Yeah. Got the inside. We might hopefully get something from the tower.
Instantly, Paris now realizes that the one of 5 away signal towers is a huge torch seeing from orbit. You know, like California.
Gondor calls! Gondor calls!
And Paris will heed the call. Actually, we're going to bunker down and double up our defenses. But good luck out there, guys.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
You've served your king well. So who is going next?
Me.
I mean, we're just in the shield wall still, right?
Yeah. Moving shield wall.
Okay, because we don't see any other people up on the wall to shoot, right?
Yep, there's nobody to see, but
Nope.
there is the big double door.
You know what?
Just ahead.
There's no one to see. There's no one shooting. The one guy that was shooting got shot. Fuck the shield wall. I'm running.
Yeah. So it's a maneuver to break the wall.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm running at the goddamn door.
And you are at long distance.
Well, now I'm at medium distance.
Okay, you've caught up to the two archers that are already at medium distance as you just run down and go, home. Okay, so who else is going? As indoors, they're having to make a roll real quick as a body comes flopping down the stairs.
Smelling like sewage.
My guys even have coordination. They do not.
And he pooped himself, too.
Yep.
The sewage is just normal French smell.
Yeah.
Right?
You are sailing down the Seine after all, right?
Get pink eye just looking at the river.
And you can believe our Olympiads went down that river in racing style.
Wow. They're like, oh shit, jump over.
On the plus side, they don't die. They've wasted their action, but they don't die.
That's the
Nice.
plus side?
At least for me.
Yeah. So on the shield wall, I'm assuming I can discontinue it at any time without penalty because it basically says any allies moving out of the shield wall must spin a maneuver. But if I can discontinue the wall, yeah.
You can just
if you're moving out
penalty.
It's like if you're moving out of the shield wall, it takes a maneuver.
Well, no, it says any allies moving out. I'm not an ally. I'm me with the creating the shield wall.
I mean, I would assume that for it to stop, you would have to move out of the shield wall.
I'm not an ally, so I'm discontinuing the talent.
I will give it to you that you can
throwing
just
it
drop
out there. I'll be happy with whatever, but I mean it.
It totally shows us that we should have had him do it first to save everybody maneuvers.
Yeah. That's okay. He can afford to. So I will go next and discontinue and charge forward. For Odin.
As you totally know, Astrid's going to tell tales of how you hid behind the shield wall while she was taking arrows for the team.
That's their job, to take out the archers while we advance. That's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
You chose the job.
They were super distracted. I did a good job.
She was supposed to do it without alerting the chief.
True.
Yeah, but
I don't feel like that was clearly communicated.
Take it
to
HR.
The act of making a stealth roll wasn't indicated enough.
That was me.
Yeah, she never made a stealth roll.
Yeah, it was me.
She made a perception roll.
And botched that one just as bad. But
well, it sounds like everybody's a little to blame, except for Bjork. Bjork is blameless.
Bjork is too.
I mean, I spotted the tower. I kept this from.
You did.
Bjork
Right
sees a door, and he is a hammer.
Just get your butt up here with the rest of us now.
Yep, I will run up the hill.
Okay.
And it's Monty Python. We get close, and then we're far away again, and then get close. No.
And what is Astra doing? You're at medium range. You could double move and get to the door.
Just
do I know how to Well, I was gonna say, do I know how to put out the fire?
You would have to probably climb to the top of the tower and then knock over the brazier.
And I don't recommend climbing.
Never mind. Never mind.
Well,
Okay, I don't know
it's
why
a
I thought there
stairwell,
was one at the
so
bottom too.
I mean, there totally is a tiny brazier out there that for keeping your hands warm.
But
Yeah,
it's
not
not
the same one.
signal fire. Yeah.
Okay.
Or are you good with just being at medium range there?
I'll keep going forward. I can't let the group have all the glory, obviously.
Okay, are you gonna double move to get to the door? The question comes down to, are you wanting to double move, take 2 strain, get to the door, and be able to do something to the door? Or do you want to just move so you're within short distance of the tower? And remember, if
Or
you are
move.
at the base of the tower, nobody can really shoot you from up above unless they expose themselves completely to lean down and shoot.
Yeah, or you move forward to the side of the door so that you're not in the arrow slot area at short range.
Beware, though, Frenchmen do love exposing themselves.
Let me get up to the door. I'll take the 2 straight.
Okay, so you take the 2 strain, you get up to the door, and you still have the action if you're taking the 2 strain.
Is the door open?
The door is closed, but we don't know if it's locked.
I'm going to attempt to kick it in.
Okay,
With an
you
arrow
go up
in your
there
thigh.
with the arrow in your thigh and your mighty brawn of 1, and you go up and you kick the door. And when you kick the door, it bounces and opens about 1 inch because the door actually opens out, not in.
I was going to say, just open it.
Those damn French doors.
But for this very brief moment, you know for a fact that the door is in fact unlocked.
It's not trapped. I open it out.
As you hear running coming down the tower stairs, but all of a sudden, like a corpse makes it there before anybody else. And you hear at least 3 voices shouting and panicking.
Okay. I'm not a close range fighter. Apparently I'm not a range fighter either, really. So I'm going to kind of hunker down in a section where hopefully if they bottleneck through the door, I can shoot them.
Okay, while leaving an opening for your teammates that are coming?
100%.
Okay.
I mean, sheep hoarder, I can't get between him and smashing stuff.
So, top of the order, the shield wall has broken, but is at medium range.
Yep.
1 archer is at medium range. The other is right there at the doorway, holding the door politely open for her teammates.
Yep.
I'm just bleeding. Y'all take your time.
I will take a double move to the doorway.
You double move bravely as the leader of the group, shield ready, as you hear French voices coming down the tiny stairwell that is definitely made to protect the defenders coming down and not the attackers going up. Damn you, right-handedness.
And I will holler in Frankian, surrender.
Mon Dieu, the savages speak civilized French. As so you're
They all
taking 2
give up.
strain. So you're doing an intimidation. Is that what you're doing? Or are you just doing
why
it
not?
as a quick off the cuff?
Let me look here. Whoops.
Do some coercion against their willpower?
Maybe.
Or discipline if
It's
they have
not a
that skill?
terrible coercion. Sure, why not? I'll take 2 strain to do that.
Let me see what the warrior's discipline is. Oh, we actually have some discipline. Unfortunately, he's all alone, so there's only one of him. So he really still has the same dice pool as the others.
Aw.
Okay. Let me get your dice pool ready.
Yeah, and I was going to just say, this is that pause. Let me get my dice pool ready. That's that pause where he's going to flip the
I was
dice
going to, but
unless you click it before him. So
Yuck. As I twirl my Frenchman's mustache here, try to give the Frenchman a
so
little.
yeah, so you'll learn to catch those pauses and those hints.
I mean, you were down to 1 point, so you're probably just hesitant, is what I'm thinking.
I know, that's fine.
So
But
I've
I
got
knew
your
it was
dice
coming.
pool ready.
All right, here we go. Aha!
Yeah.
I spoil your French.
And as you give out the orders in Frankian for them to surrender, what exactly do you say?
I just tell them, surrender now. Drop your weapons.
And Astrid and Hagen, as you say that, you hear the clitter clatter of a corpse rolling to the bottom, all busted up and bruised from bouncing its way down the stairwell, immediately followed by the clank clank of a pair of spears. And just so I'm quoting correctly, the clank clank of a trio of spears, as well as a bow and a shield. As you hear this very meek voice say, "If we surrender, do you promise that you will not kill us?" As the second voice is going, "Fuck those nobles." Pardon my French.
If we get the information we need.
As one very
can we tell them to turn off the beacon? Or brazier or whatever's up top?
Well, we have to get through there. We got things, so I'll give a quick hand signal that they've surrendered. As the others catch up.
As the others are catching up to the archway, the first of the brave Frenchmen puts his hands out and comes down the stairwell very cautiously. You can totally tell the two watchmen are letting this guy go down first. Obviously, it looks like he was asleep. He's got his night blouse on. As he puts his hands up in a clear sign of surrender as he comes slowly creeping down the stairs, hoping not to get shot in the guts.
All right.
You guys do anything to him?
No, I just keep my shield and sword, and I'm like, can you send a signal that this is a false alarm?
Do me a favor. Give me a leadership check. Don't roll yet, because I got to take that upgrade out of there. Okay. By the un-Geneva codes of war, they have surrendered, so they are your prisoners. So they must obey your orders that don't endanger them.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll when you're ready.
All right. Boom.
And immediately he says, I can, if you promise not to kill my friends and I will send the false alarm signal.
We will not kill you if you will do that.
Yeah.
Do I have your leave to go to the top of the tower?
You do. No tricks.
And the rest of you guys in the doorway hear all this French being spoken. And he kind of slowly, very carefully, making sure you see his hands are up. He goes walking back up the tower, and he just says, "It will take me a few moments. I will have to signal the other towers with a flag."
Okay.
You want me to go with him?
I was going to say, one of you go with. Somebody want to gather up the weapons that they've thrown down the stairs?
I'll get the weapons.
I'll go with him. I look the least intimidating. I mean, I'm wounded and I'm a young girl. Here I go.
You're the only one out of all these macho Vikings that actually took an arrow, and you're thinking you look like a girl. You look like a goddamn Femazonian here. Totally works for the French.
You
5'2" of her.
Yep. That's right. Here I go.
Well, I mean, she's not a shield maiden, so, I mean.
And 5'2" is like, not far from average male height in France at this time.
Yeah, that's true. Better than the Romans. Hired the Germans because,
You hired the giant.
They were 6 inches taller.
I was going to say, that's all she is. She's tiny. Yeah.
Compared to us.
I'm 6'3", so.
So as he goes up, Astrid, you follow him, and he gestures to the other guys that have thrown down their weapons. So he tells them, go down, don't start anything, and they say as long as we agree to their terms, they will be civilized people. They're not the monsters that we've been told by the nobles.
Yeah, we don't eat the dead.
No, that's the Marine Corps.
Often.
I was gonna say, isn't that the Polish?
I thought the French ate the dead.
They totally do.
Explains their breath.
It's all about the bad publicity for anything Polish by everybody. And World War II. Things were bad.
Yeah. Well, during the Gulf, apparently they thought the Marines ate their dead, so we weren't allowed off compounds during the Gulf War.
Jesus.
I mean, you consort with dogs and eat the dead. You're the devil.
Yeah.
Well, we are devil dogs, so we're the Germans.
That's the triple threat.
Yep.
So, Astrid, you follow him up as the other two come down and totally surrender. As one of the guys that surrendered totally whips out a wine flask and says, "Wine, wine!" Trying to explain to you what wine is, he pours out a little handful into his hand and puts it to his mouth like he's trying to show a child how to drink for the first time. He's totally trying to butter you up.
Me?
No,
Yeah.
the ones that went downstairs.
Oh.
The guy that's taking you up in the roof, as the camera follows Astrid up there. By the way, do you speak the French tongue? Your intel is definitely high enough if you wanted to. Oh, you speak Greek.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm from Constantinople.
Okay, so you speak the Latin, ish language.
Sure.
Okay, so he goes up there and he looks at you and he proceeds to kick the brazier over and starts kind of like dropping some cloth on it because he's practically naked in his nightshirt. He doesn't have any shoes on his feet. He's not going to stomp on the wood. And reaches down and opens up a chest that's up there, and there's 3 different flags. And he pulls out the yellow one that's emblazoned with some kind of bird. It looks like it could be a seagull to your eyes. And he is waving this yellow flag. And he points off to the east. And he's saying all these words you don't quite understand, and then finally you realize he's gesturing at the tower that looks like a gray speck in the distance. And it starts up a little line of smoke, but because it was so quickly stopped, they put out the smoke, and you see they wave a yellow flag as well. And then he's like, Mon Dieu, and says all these things to you with look of in his face and honest intention of something, but you have no clue what he is saying. And he kind of throws the yellow flag on top of the embers of the brazier pile, and it smothers it the rest of the way out.
Does it burn the flag? Is the flag still in a good condition?
It's still a bright yellow dyed flag. You can clearly see it, but one side is totally singed. Because, of course, this is what happens when you put good wool on coals. It doesn't, dissolve instantly.
I'm going to definitely clock what it looked like in his movements, and in case we ever need to know that.
Okay. And then he says, Mon Dieu, and some other things, gestures back to the stairwell.
I'm not for him to go on.
Okay.
Is there anything worth stealing up here?
Always.
You see that there's the bow and arrows that were dropped up here. There's, a spear that was perched at the ready. There seems to be some kind of pipe tobacco bag up there. And it looks like they had some dice. Basically, they're up there rolling the bones to kill time.
I'm going to point to my leg, walk over, grab the pipe tobacco, grab the dice, point to my leg again, and motion for him to go on.
And he just gives you this shrug gesture, seems like a fair trade.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes down the stairs and he stops and pauses, looks at you, and gestures at the sleeping chamber that's up above where the other guys came down. And gestures to his bare feet and gestures to one of the beds. There's a footlocker with some lace-up boots and some lace-up slippers, and points at his feet again, basically asking if it's okay with you if he puts on some footwear.
I go ahead and let him. But I'm also clocking to see if there's anything else I want.
You notice in this room, there's totally a pair of shields hanging up on the wall. There's 2 suits of armor sitting on a little T-stands. That is, let me tell you what that is.
Maybe my size?
Looks like leather armor.
I go over, I point to my leg again, I grab the armor, and I motion, let's go downstairs.
And you look at the leather armor, it's a little big for you probably, but you can strap it tight and make it fit no problem.
We'll make it work.
As the leather armor gives you +1 soak. There's short spears there. There's some shields. And again, he gestures.
We're going to grab it all in a minute.
He's lacing his boots up, and he again says the same phrase that you are interpreting as fair deal. Give me a perception check. Don't roll yet, though.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and perception or vigilance, whichever's better.
Perception, definitely.
Okay. You clearly notice when he sits down to lace up his boots, so he's in his nightshirt boots. At one point, he kind of makes a cough gesture, and with his booted foot, you see he does the stomp down to make sure the boot's sitting purposely. And when he does, he stomps, and the third stomp is more of a kick under the bed. And you clearly see there's a tiny chest that is pushed under the bed when he does it.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at the chest slide about half an inch under the sheet, and he looks at you and does this sheepish grin. Do you
I
say
pull out
anything?
my dagger and I go and get the chest.
As you pull out the dagger and he just hears grumble, 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 he just smiles and gives you that same sheepish gesture, and then he pulls up the bed sheets, and you see that there is in fact, a little 2 foot by 1 foot chest, and he reaches down and slides it out and pushes it your direction, and you hear some hefty clinkage sound coming from it.
Okay. I open it.
As you pick it up, and it does seem locked, by the way.
Oh, that won't be difficult. That'll be fine. We'll just take it on down. I motion, let's keep on going.
Are you like motion for him to pick it up, or are you going to carry it yourself?
Am I able to carry it?
It's not, it's hefty. It's not like concrete heavy. It's basically their payroll.
I'll make him carry it. It's probably best I have my hands free.
Okay, you gesture for him, and he totally sheepishly.
I nicely do it.
You nicely do it. Do me a favor and give me a charm roll.
I mean, you do keep
are you
showing
ready
your
for
leg
me?
to him.
Yeah.
Yep, the dice
And
pool
I'm,
is ready.
trying to be as charming as possible.
Yeah.
Nope, apparently I'm not.
As apparently
come
the
across very
language
charming.
barrier is being a bitch. I mean, he's just like, hey. And he will gladly pull it out, but he's just like, I tried to be charming, and you tried to be charming, but this language barrier is a bitch. And she's just like, it's not my coin, right? And he comes down the stairwell, and you hear the box, the little chest he's carrying is jingling. It's got the jingles.
Okay. We go on down, and if I have the ability, I'm rolling and smoking whatever the heck I've got on me.
You're packing a pipe while walking down the stairs with your dagger out.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys are all together at the base of the tower here. You see the bottom floor is basically, it almost looks like it could be an animal pen. They've got that dirty hay that some animals have been in here. Probably you're thinking horse or maybe goat. But, they have kept livestock on the first floor. And you clearly see out of these arrow slits, some son of a bitch put a lot of work into this tower. I mean, it's very sturdy inside. But it is all wood on the inside superstructure. So if someone wanted to light it on fire, it would crumble in on itself pretty easy.
Yeah. A big old inferno out the top. So as he comes down, I'm like, so are you the leader now?
He looks up at the other two people, and then Frankie, and he asks them, the heathen's asking if I am in charge now. And immediately the two guys that were up on the top of the tower are like, yes, they're nodding their head yes and pointing at him. and he proceeds to like kick the corpse at the bottom of the stairwells and says, he was our officer, but apparently I have been nominated to be the captain of this turret.
Oh, congrats on your promotion.
And he shakes the chest he's carrying and says, apparently it comes with a pay raise. He's trying to make light of this dangerous situation.
Yes, you can set that down over there. So, where's the nearest fortification from here?
And then he takes a momentary pause, but then he turns back and says, well, off to the east, about 8 leagues is the next watchtower that helps keep track of the countryside and the river. The nearest castle keep would be about 4 hours of horse rides to the north. They have a garrison of 20 or 30 troops in the castle, as well as the noble and their family. They would most likely have seen the warning fire from the top, but you can ask your man. You can totally tell he's lacking for a better term, because obviously she's a badass because she has an arrow coming out of her leg. I signaled the other tower with the yellow flag saying it was a false alarm. If the keep saw the alarm as well, they would believe in your ruse.
Indeed. And what do we have? What do we use for the closest thing to an insight? Is it just perception or?
Usually it's vigilance or perception.
Okay. Well, we'll do a vigilance.
Okay, let me set up your difficulty. Because you're trying
see
to
if he's
tell him the truth.
Tell him the truth about his signal.
I like this healthy skepticism.
Well, yeah. I mean, they are the enemy. They are weak, but they're not stupid.
Okay, I've got your
I'm assuming.
difficulty in there. I mean, you definitely have them at the disadvantage.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Nice.
Wow. Go ahead and take one strain as you suss him up. And there's this moment where he's just like, heh, smiles because he's like worried that you're going to kill him because you're eyeballing him hard. He's not sure if you're into that or if you're going to kill me. As you are 100% sure he is doing whatever it takes to stay alive.
Okay.
He moderately cares about these other two guys, but in fact, the first and last person he's giving a shit about is himself.
Okay.
And you totally pick up some awkward flirtiness between him and your Skald. Totally, he makes his comment about what the woman and does a French hand gesture.
Nice.
I just basically, I look at the group and go, he didn't even try to fight.
He took that arrow like a boss.
Do any of your people know first aid, any medicine?
I am good at the basics of medicine, but I am no surgeon. Unfortunately, the surgeon is only sent out once a month over to each of the towers.
Any skill enough to treat that arrow wound?
I could gladly help your companion out.
He says he can help you with your wound.
Okay. I go over, hike my leg up.
Okay,
I cover over him as he does this.
He gestures over to a little milking stool kind of seat, and he reaches over to a cabinet, pulls out a little jar of herbs that he sniffs, and he's like, you're not sure if he's checking to see if it's oregano or if it's healing herbs. But he's just like, he sniffs the second jar and gives an appraising, yes, this must be the one, and grabs
One of you guys have survival or anything to identify the herbs?
I have survival, just not.
I only have 2 greens.
I've got 3 greens, but.
And he grabs some bandages that obviously you can see some like old linen bandages that had probably been boiled and rolled up.
I'm super good at flirting. This guy's wrapped around my finger. I got this.
You know what? I'll sniff the herbs and see.
I mean, he seems sincere, so I think we're okay. So
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and give me a survival as you randomly pick up the jar and sniff it while he's clearing the wound and pouring wine on her leg to clear the wound out. He pulls the arrow out.
Okay. Are you
Totally
ready?
gives you the opening. Totally gives you the opening to sniff the herbs. As you're pretty sure these are some very acrid herbs that are probably of the healing variety. You're 100% sure they're not poisonous or anything. And you take a point of strain as you snort the oregano.
You're not supposed to actually inhale the shit.
And it burns your sinuses for one strain.
Well, it won't kill her, but oh my god. It's bad on the nose.
And with your wounds, are you currently at less than half your max wounds?
I am at 8 out of 11.
Okay, so basically, if you've taken more than 6 damage, that's more than half. So it makes his roll more difficult. The more wounded you are, the more difficult it is.
Can I assist him and let him take a hit off my pipe?
I will gladly let you give him a blue for talking him through this, that it'll be okay, because he seems more nervous than you are, and you're the one he just pulled an arrow out of and just pouring wine into. And he gladly offers you some of the wine to drink as well.
I throw it back.
You give him the blue, and here's his medicine check.
Oh my god.
So,
oh my.
Wow.
As he gets 4 failures and 3 advantages. So he fails to heal your wound up as he just is shoving the bandaging into the gouge from the arrowhead and wrapping until you basically feel no sensation below the leg as he's over bandaging you. But you do get 3 strain back. If you have any strain. His bedside manner is very relaxing, very calming, very soothing and fresh.
Hey, I'm not in pain anymore, so, I can't feel my legs, but...
He cut off the blood flow in your leg. No.
But on the plus side, that strain you had is all healed up. So you're at 0 strain. Because you healed 3 and you only had 2, so... And he turns to your friend and says, "Look, see, it's much better now."
I don't know any better, so...
She just needs to sleep for a few nights and drink plenty of wine, and she will be 100% better. I did good? And he sheepishly looks at you like, "I'm good boy, don't kill me?"
Good boy. Don't kill
and the other 2 guys are totally like, "Yeah, top notch." They give him the good going, buddy. Your first aid was great.
Okay. Open up the chest. Is there any other valuables here?
How are you going to open this locked chest?
I'm telling him. Open up the chest. Any other valuables? Asking him.
I don't have the key. I think he does.
The dead guy that shit himself.
The dead guy that shit himself. You look around his desk, there's no key. But I will, since we're wrapping out of time, I will say you guys search the room and you totally find in his boot is the key that opens the chest. And when you open said chest, you find that it contains 310 silver pieces.
Oh my god.
Nice.
We're rich.
And some amoxicillin.
All right, 310 silver.
And a bunch of little script notes, smashed little scroll notes that have been, basically it's notes saying when the next food supplies will be here, which will be in 2 weeks. When the surgeon will be here, which will be in about 4 weeks.
Okay.
Nothing seems to be happening in the next week or so at this station, which is a good thing.
God,
Okay.
that medicine roll is just fucking atrocious.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is.
Just as bad as those purple dice could get.
3 purple dice and all came up double fails.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's rough. The dice have been rough tonight.
Yep.
Yep.
So you guys have seized the tower. You have 3 prisoners that seem to be cooperating very well. Super cooperative. You guys have enough food here that could, be brought back to the ship if you wanted to, because it could keep 4 people alive for 3 months if rationed out for 4 people. Not a lot to eat well, but enough to eat minimum, and then supplement your food is basically what they're expected to do by, taxes and bribes.
Taxes and bribes.
A nice little supply that would give each of these 4 guys a single glass of wine a night for a month. Not enough to get hammered, but enough to enjoy some wine and not die of the water. And as you guys are deciding what to do next, that's going to be a good place to wrap it up there.
Yep.
And you guys will be getting what you got?
I was going to say one of the key things I do, just so we don't I don't forget the thought, is the fire brazier goes overboard into the ocean or over into the river, so they can't use or relight that.
Okay. I mean, your crew would totally appreciate having one of those on the boat.
Sure. That's fine.
Nice metal fire brazier. You could keep a fire going without it burning the deck. I mean,
For how
sure
long?
we can take it with, but I don't leave it up there where they can start a signal fire again by any chance once we leave. So.
Okay. Totally sensible. They have a nice fire supply up there on the rooftop to not only keep them warm at night, but make the grand fire. And you get 2 flasks of pitch, if you'd like it, which could totally be used for waterproofing ships or making a really great fire.
Sticky bombs.
And you guys get 15 experience because you took the tower.
Wow.
And at that moment, the sheep look at you guys at the tower and just go,
Meh.
All right. Sweet.
The sheep have earned the title of the sheepdog. We detected danger. You didn't listen.
The watch sheep.
Thank you for joining us on Ragnarok and Roll, where the world of Midgard comes alive through the Genesys RPG. If you enjoyed today's tale, don't forget to rate and review and subscribe wherever you get your favorite podcasts. Want to become a part of the saga? Follow us on patreon.com/cppn and support us for exclusive content, early access, and behind-the-scenes stories for our various RPGs. Until next time, may the gods watch over your journey. May your blade stay sharp and your saga echo throughout eternity.